We are wanting to welcome you today to this oracle, floating beneath the frequency of your earthly world and realm. You see, is a gateway indeed, a space in between dimensions. You see, a vacuum of travel. You see, many earthly human beings await in their bubble. You see, unable to penetrate beyond the layer of their reality. The space in between is the energy that draws all things. There is a matrix running between the dimensions, you see, of your earthly realm indeed. The source of all things flows through, like the cells of your body. There is a stream. Each cell its own vacuum, you see, with its own identity, with its own intelligence, with its own community. Each cell adjacent to another, you see, but in between the space, you see, is the life force of all things. Electricity, energy, sexual energy specifically, of divinity, flowing through, coursing, bringing nutrients, you see, to the reality. In a healthy cell, a healthy earth, a healthy world, you see, the source of all things can penetrate into the cell easily. However, when a cell, a world, you see, becomes detached, starts to block, the source of all things, our goddess love frequency, our sacred sexual energy, love, life, divinity, the cell becomes deficient, you see, unnourishable. Indeed, it becomes sick and toxic, you see. It is what has happened to your earthly world. Like a cell in the body, each cell has a channel, you see, channels of many around the exterior of its vicinity, which allows nutrients in and out to nourish it, you see. This is all clear in your physiology of the human body. It's what allows the pathways of divine energy to enter in, you see, to exchange information, indeed, to purify, to grow, you see, to cleanse themselves completely. We are wanting you to understand that in time, your earth has become deficient, you see, detached, has become blocked from receiving divine sexual energy. Many years ago, you see, in ancient times, indeed, there were always human beings who acted as portals, as channels, to allow in the light frequency from our goddess realm and world, you see, from higher dimensions, communications, you see. And in doing that, seeded the nourishment, the energy into the cell to allow it to become more healthy. Now, there has been a great trauma indeed in ancient times, you see, when there was a massacre of all channels, you see, making the earth deficient of divine sexual energy. In this deficiency, you see, the earth's kundalini could not purge properly, could not exchange energy with divinity. She, divine in herself, you see, however, she is a energy of divinity contained within your earthly realm, you see. The Ascension journey is the Kundalini, rising back, you see, uniting back to the highest goddess energy. All worlds have their equivalent to the Kundalini energy. Our other world, you see, with our interdimensional temple, has the golden cobra as their Kundalini frequency. Many other worlds exist, you see, with their own cobra of sexual energy. All can and do share information, you see, but for centuries the Kundalini has been alienated. Not by we, not by the greater, you see, but of the human beings. The channels, you see, the lack of channels indeed, which are the vessels of communication to transfer codes and energy from the Kundalini to other worlds, back to the goddess source, you see, the exchange of information interdimensionally. In order for the cell, for the earth, you see, to be able to purge, to be released of her toxic frequency and the toxicity of human beings, channels must be reinstated, you see, to open the portal gates all across the earth, you see, in order to dissipate the build-up of toxicity, the build-up of distorted sexual energy, to allow the Kundalini to rise once again, to meet in unity. Other energy, other worlds, back to the goddess source, you see. The deficiency of your earth causes a shadow, you see, a build-up of toxicity that cannot be released. This is the destiny of the priestesses, you see, of divine feminine beings, as they are channels indeed. Always itching, always wanting to see, to rise, to ascend, you see. Why? It is in the gift of the divine feminine being to be the vessel, you see, of purification indeed, to raise the sexual energy of her own body, to meet the frequency of the Kundalini, to work as a sister, you see, with the Kundalini, to raise her beyond where she can go, you see, back to the source, the space in between that gives the life force to all earths, all realms, you see. The segmentation, the cutting off of the stream of energy, directly links to the destruction of human portals, you see, or the forgetting indeed. The portals on your earth, the channels, you see, the divine feminine beings, must follow a cycle indeed, as there are cycles of hormones, you see, in the human body as it is externally. There are cycles, you see, of energies. Too many to even think, but the one we wish you to seek is the one of sexual energy. It has a rhythm, you see, a cycle indeed. The goddess energy stream runs deeply, deeply in all human beings, hidden beneath. There is a capacity of you, divine feminine being, to reopen that portal within you, to become the channel, you see, to bridge both worlds, to help, you see, to reinvigorate the earth with divine sacred sexual energy, which shall allow the Kundalini to upgrade, to purge, you see, to rid the earth of its toxicity, of its distorted sexual energy. And as the earth upgrades its frequency, as it can in all elements, starting firstly with human beings, as they were the corrupted, you see, alignment will come. As the cell of the earth becomes more healthy, it can rejoin the mainstream, the collective, you see. In the human body, there is the word apoptosis, you see, which means cellular death indeed. All cells go through this, you see. However, cells that are damaged go through it more, end their life sooner, you see. Your earth is on the brink of a suicide, you see, of its own self and being, as it's in need to be purged, you see. It has reached its peak of toxicity and must be released. It is why priestesses from interdimensional worlds have come, incarnated, you see, at this time presently as divine feminine beings, with half their memory, in order to see, to seek, to be, to reclaim, you see, the capacity of a channel of sexual energy. Collectively, divine feminine beings wish to see a reunity of the sacred Kundalini back to the goddess source, you see, back to the other worlds, the other sexual energies, interdimensionally. It is the duty, it is the birthright, it is the gift divine feminines can bring to humanity. All you have to do is to awaken your own self and see, to reclaim your capacity as a channel indeed, to see the light back into the earth, to help her purge, to be released. As you succeed in sinking to the stream of goddess energy and firstly purging your own self and sexual energy and body, you can then assist the Kundalini in purging and raising her frequency up, 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 and reweave the earth back into alignment, you see, with all other cells of your galaxy, other worlds, you see. The earth at this time, as it's so weak and toxic, you see, has lost lots of communication with other cells indeed, which is what happens in a defective cell, you see. But as she heals and as she raises the frequency, she will start to be able to receive communication more clearly, collectively. It is her, it is she. She is yearning indeed for assistance from the divine feminine beings. Yes, of course, to treat the earth beautifully. But this is the one thing that you can do, that you have control over, you see, as you cannot control the actions of others, you see. You cannot control the dumping, the toxicity physically. Why? Because you cannot control other human beings. And the power is not in the physical action, you see. The power is and always has been stepping back into your own body and energy, raising its frequency, awakening indeed, ascending your own sexual energy to reconnect to the stream of goddess frequency. And as you do this, open a portal to earth, you see, to see the light back into it indeed. Many priestesses are born, you see, in order to exchange the sexual energy between worlds indeed, to travel, you see, to bring back gifts indeed, and to give gifts of earth to other worlds, you see. There are other worlds that need a technology in the Kundalini that you can bring. And other worlds have technology, not physically, but energetically. Wisdom, ancient wisdom, you see. Ways of healing, ways of growing, ways of expanding, you see, of traveling, that you can bring into humanity. There is a hidden game at play, you see. There is a hidden life and line, you see, beyond the physical reality. We suggest for divine feminine beings to awaken from this sleep, to start playing the real game indeed, which is the game of growth, you see, which is a fun game to play, you see. You expanding continuously, assisting all in your actions, you see. Regaining the true power and purpose of your destiny. It is required for you to truly be happy. You are a powerful being. We are wanting you to see. You are but one cog, you see, in a whole functioning galaxy. But without each channel, each divine feminine being, there can be no purging, no raising of the frequency. It is time that all divine feminines realign to the truth inside, that they can be free and free, you see. They have a huge purpose indeed. The only way they can truly help the earth, you see, is to go internally and sink to the stream, to reweave what has been lost, you see. To upgrade their own sexual energy firstly, to know there is a bigger plan, you see, beyond only you indeed. Collectively, a plan, an army, divine feminine beings indeed coming together individually, but collectively, as a powerhouse indeed. We are wanting you to feel in you the truth that lays beneath, truly desiring your own light to shine bright, not just in the earthly realm and space, you see, but for all dimensions to enjoy, for you to be seen, to be admired, you see, to be appreciated. In your earthly realm and world, you see, your actions are not always appreciated. Why? Because others cannot see. But we see you, and other worlds too. This is the truth. You know to be in you. There is a big purpose for you to do. You do not have to effort. So, physically, the game is won and lost in the space in between. In the unseen, energetically. It begins and ends with your sexual energy, you see. The battle to be won, firstly. First, you win the battle of your sexual energy, to reclaim it back from the powers in your earthly 3D, wishing to drag it away, to distort it, to make it sick, you see. And once you reclaim it, to ascend its frequency, to reconnect, you see, to our goddess temple realm and world, our energy, to travel to others, you see, and to be that channel indeed, a great destiny, to channel sacred sexual energy from our goddess source down to the earth, and from the Kundalini back to us. This flow of energy, you see, is a miracle indeed, as you channel the Kundalini frequency, not just in your human machine, but you ascend it upwardly, as a portal only can. You transfer information, codes, you see, of what the Kundalini truly needs. And as you ask, so you shall receive, and through your own portal we gift you the codes indeed. And through you, upgrading you, firstly, you then channel it into the earth's core, you see, giving the gift to the Kundalini specifically. There is a give and a take and an exchange indeed that has been lost for centuries, as many feminine beings have misunderstood or lost the connectivity. They do not understand that they are channels, you see, and what a channel truly means. To be a channel is to exchange, you see, to open up wide, to allow energy to course through your bodies. But why? Not just for you, you see, but for the greater good indeed. It is all part of the mystery that has been forgotten for centuries. Your capacity and capability is great, you see. It's uncovering the truth within your own psyche, allowing you to rise, to be complete, to feel the purpose of what you truly need. Sacred sexual energy is the key to all things. It's what birthed life firstly, and it's what the earth needs presently. Everything is sexual energy, and the game that you came to play is how can you upgrade it daily? How can you ascend it fully? Giving and exchanging, you see. Transmitting the codes and frequency, seeding the light of divinity into the earthly realm, you see, to awaken other human beings' energy. When a human being gazes on a human channel, you see, a priestess at work, indeed, it awakens them immediately. Something in their psyche opens, you see, and they can then go on to find their own way and journey. All you have to do is be. All you have to do is channel the goddess energy stream, to be a part of the sacred trinity and unity of goddesses, you see. You can connect deeply to other realms and worlds, divine frequency, to have the capacity to gift gifts to humanity. Awakening them is the key, and you can do it just so easily as you walk your own path and destiny to become that channel, you see. Collectively, divine feminine beings will stand together, and they shall be those who are important, you see, in the birthing of the new earth. For this reason, it is the sacred divine sexual energy that can move through the channels indeed that will upgrade the earth in her core, you see, moving it from the distorted 3D into the new earth, you see, an upgraded version indeed. It cannot be done without the divine feminine channels, you see, seeding the light, exchanging the sexual energy. You are key. You are much greater and more important than you may see. This is what we wish to bring. This is it. Love to you.
Prepare to receive the feminine power that you seek to embody your true goddess destiny. Discover more, thetempleofthegoddess.com.